So thank you so much for watching. Let's go straight into today's episode. Now, if you don't know what this channel is about, this is the Actors Lounge. Call it the Actors Boutique, call it the Actors Comfort Zone. We talk everything about the career. We share experiences and we inspire. So you are welcome. Hope you like and you subscribe. Try as much to watch other episodes. It will help you connect and understand more into how to break down a script. Now, we know what a script is, right? Or a screenplay. We know what a script is. If you're an actor, you've gone on a set, you know what a script is. If you're an up-and-coming actor, you go for audition, you know what a script is. You know what sides are. You know what a screenplay is. Now, this is a text that the director works with, and you are given your character out of it. So now let's do some text analysis. If you're wondering what text analysis is and why you would want to waste your time to do all of that. So text analysis is basically decoding a hidden secret or it's basically the breakdown in the script. Text analysis. You're doing your breakdown in the script. You're more like you're decoding hidden secrets, facts, things that are embedded in the script and in your character as well. So that's basically text analysis. When you get a script, you want to do your text analysis. You want to decode the script. You want to do your breakdown. That's why items every actor must have on them and on the go is a pencil or a pen. I prefer a pencil because it's easy to make a mistake and then erase it, right? Now, pencil. You need to decode your script. It helps you as an actor. Now you'll be thinking, oh, I have a script. I need to get on quickly and finish it, especially my people in Africa. You can have like 4 scripts in a month. You can have like 4 scripts you're working on, and it's back to back, back to back, back to back. All you're thinking about is let me finish this project and get on the next one and get my money, get on the next one, get my money. I don't have time for text analysis. I don't have time for breakdowns. Well, I understand. It makes sense. I remember that as you're working like that, money is important. Who doesn't want to work for money? Of course, we're working for money. We all work for money. Nobody works for leaves, right? Or paper. No, money is paper, of course. Nobody works for leaves, I would say, or, excuse my language, tissue paper. No, everybody works for money. Most people work for money, right? So, in as much as you do not have the time to do text analysis on your script because you have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of script to go on, a little time you can spend to at least decode 1 or 2 aspects of the script pertaining to your character, it will help you. Now, you may not have noticed this, but because you have 4 scripts in a month to work on, and you're doing back to back, and you've not had time to really and truly decode your script, to do your text analysis, you will have people that would watch you and they think that you're like a stereotype acting or actor. You're doing stereotype. Or your acting is, how do I even say it? Your acting becomes very predictable. They mention your name and they're not like, oh, this guy, that's how he's going to act. Oh, this lady, that's how he's going to act. He's probably going to turn like this. He's probably going to cry. He's probably going to laugh in this scene. Your acting becomes predictable and there's nothing unique about your acting. You will have the fame and the money, all right, but there will be no extreme talent associated to you. And from time to time, it starts to get boring for you. Even as an actor, you see yourself and you start feeling the craft becomes boring for you. But this is a career that you can actually enjoy. This is a craft that you can actually enjoy because it's fun. So it's very important that you take time, little time, to do your text analysis. Understand what your character is entails. Understand what the writer, the screenwriter is trying to achieve. Get into the vision of the writer. In that case, when you pick your character, you already know it comes out through your delivery. It comes out through your delivery. Text analysis is important. I am guilty as well. When I started my career back in Africa, I did do text analysis, but I did not know that it was text analysis I was doing. I would read the full script. If you give me a script, most actors do not have time to read the full script. They just want to quickly do it and go. For me, I would read the entire script, and whilst I'm reading, I'm visualizing in my head. So by the time I get into my character, I already know that this is the vision I have. This is what the director is trying to say. I didn't know it was text analysis. I always make sure I read the full script to get the backstory. The backstory helps me to understand my character, where my character is coming from. I do not remember any script that I got that I did not read full, unless there were jobs that I got impromptu, and I think I had to be on set. I got it on Tuesday, and I had to be on set for Wednesday. I didn't get the chance to read the entire script, which affected me so much because I felt like, no, even if it's two scenes, I still need to read the entire script to understand why my two scenes is valuable, or why my two scenes make sense to the entire script, while my two scenes is connected to the entire story. So it would show in your delivery, whether you've done your text analysis or whether you even understand the words that is coming out of your mouth. Items every actor must have. I mentioned dictionary. Now you see why these items are very important. If you have not watched the episode, as an up-and-coming actor or working actor, please go and watch the episode. It will inspire you a lot. Pull down some notes. Start it. If you have the habit of not doing that, not even reading a full script before you go on a set you're working on, please stop it. Read the whole story. Read the full script. This is your work. This is what it comes with. Don't say I'm feeling lazy, so I'm not going to read. No, read the entire script because it's part of your craft. It's part of your career. You have to read it. Tell me it's enough talking already. Let's go straight into it. Hope you have your notes and your pencils ready. Let's go straight into number one. So going straight to our text analysis, first of all, let's assume this is the script. This is our script. This is one of my old scripts. I self-written old scripts. So script today may not look the same, but let's assume this is our script today. Now you have your script. We're going to assume that we finished reading the entire script. Number one on the list is first impression. First impressions. What is your first impression reading the script, the screenplay? Your first impression is how you're reading the script or the screenplay, how you feel connected. You visualize, you see what the director or the creator is trying to achieve. You see all the secrets embedded in the script. You have to read it. When you're reading the script, it's important that you read your script or your screenplay from an audience point of view. Do not read it just going straight into your character. No, you read the entire script from an audience point of view. Your first impressions, what you think about the story. When you read it, what do you visualize? What are you seeing? You put your notes down. Your first impressions is very important. As I'm talking to you, I have my notes I have prepared in front of me. So putting your notes down, that's why you need a pencil. It's very important. So your first impression of the script is very important. Sorry about the noise. Your first impression about the script is very, very important. Now, number 2, given circumstances. What is the given circumstances? The facts surrounding the story. What are the facts surrounding the story? Where? When? How? What are the facts? What are the given circumstances? What are the facts surrounding the story? Now, when you say when does this story happen? When do you think this story happened? When do you think whatever that is embedded in the script or in the story, when do you think that it happened? Did it happen in the 90s? Did it happen in the 80s? Did it happen in the 70s? When did you think it happened? Who is your character? These are all given circumstances. Who is your character? Is your character religious? Is your character a novice? Who? Now, when we go to why whatever that is happening to your character in the story. Why? Or why are things happening in the story? Why the story? Why that? These are all under given circumstances. Now we go to concept. What religion or what health, what taste, what fashion is your character? These are what? What do you like? What does the character like? These are all under given circumstances. Now, the most important thing for me is the event when. When does the story happen? It's very important. Were you able to decode when the story happens? If it happens in the 60s, there is no way that if a story is centered around the 60s, you definitely know that there were no sticky taps in the 60s. So you would not want to use this in the story or in the scene. So knowing when the story happened at the back of your mind by your own breakdown, by your own text analysis, will help you to avoid certain things that you don't need to do. In the 60s, there was not certain makeups. There was no makeup with contouring. I'm not sure there was eyelashes in the 60s and all of that. So you cannot go to the set wearing lash extensions. These are examples. So when you know when under your given circumstances in your text analysis is great. It'll help you. It gives you that it gives you that connection. You feel connected to the character, because if acting is made believe, portraying a character, and the character you're portraying is centered around the 60s, you have to present your body in that form. You cannot be wearing nail extensions and lash extensions when your character is centered around the 60s. Ask yourself, were they wearing lashes in the 60s? Was there lashes in the 60s? Was there nail extensions in the 60s? If you do your text analysis as a character, an actor, you will present yourself fitting in the character. You will not outlook the character. Then it doesn't even make it believable. It doesn't make it film. Then there's no connection. I hope you understand. You're me. All right. So after given circumstances, let's go on to character. Remember, I was talking about character here. I just spoke about character. Now, when you know what your character is, let me explain here. When exploring character, ask yourself these questions. Who am I? Where was I born? Who are my family? Who am I connected to? We're just talking about characters. I have just explained character. So when you know who you are, who are you connected to? Where were you born? Maybe a city in the 60s was Nako. Let me take a city. Let's say Accra. Maybe in the 60s, Accra was not called Accra. So if you know where and who your character, when you know who your character is, where your character was born, it gives you deep understanding of your character to be able to execute your role naturally. Now let's go on to, we've done given circumstances, we've done first impressions, we've done characters. Let's do relationships. Now, Who is your character related to? Who is your character connected to? Is your character connected to any other characters in the script? Do you have any office relationship? Do you have any intimacy with anyone? Do you have any history in the script with anyone? Who are you connected to? Is your character leading or you following? Relationships. There may be a relationship that in the script that maybe you're a cousin to so and so or to ABC. Who is your cousin? How are you related? Relationships. Now, when you know all these, imagine that you've done your text analysis, right? And you know that in scene 26, I have a cousin that shows up, a cousin I haven't spoken to, a cousin from my mother's side that you haven't spoken to. It's going to show up in scene 26. And when you have this background story from doing your text analysis, trust me, when your character shows up in scene 26, you would know how to naturally react to the presence of your character. You will now overreact it because you have the background story. Who your cousin is, you have the background story of your relationship. You know why you have not spoken to your cousin in 10 years. Someone will ask, what if the story, the script or the screenplay does not give you all that detail? That is why you read the full script. Remember, that is why you read the full script. That is why you read the full script, to get your first impression from an audience point of view. Remember, you read the full script and you're visualizing, you're putting yourself into it. So some of the things you are visualizing, you are, You are decoding them yourself. If it's not there, you as an actor must decode it. That's why it's called creativity. You visualize it, you create it. It's that the script says my cousin shows up in scene 26 and it doesn't give me any other detail. The script says my character shows up in scene 26 and does not give me, and I have not spoken to him in 10 years. That's all the information you have. Now let's go back to given circumstances on why. So if you go back to given circumstances and the given circumstances you have, why haven't I spoken to my character, my cousin in 10 years? It does not say in the script, but you can decode it yourself. That is why you're doing your text analysis. That is why you're breaking down the script. That is why you're identifying who your character is. What? Under your given circumstances. That is why you're decoding them. So in your visualization, you can say that my cousin might have been very wicked to me. So I decided not to speak to my cousin in 10 years. Or my cousin took my boyfriend from me, so I decided not to speak to my cousin in 10 years. Or my cousin took my girlfriend from me, so I decided not to speak to my cousin in 10 years. Even if it's not in the script, because you've read the full script, you then visualize or create that scenario for yourself to help you, whatever scenario that will help you to react to the show up of your cousin in scene 26. You create that scenario. So when your cousin shows up in scene 26, you have a reason to react and say, what are you doing here? See? Sorry, I don't know where that came from. It makes you present. It gives you that naturality? Hey. It gives you the naturality to act and make it look real, natural. Make it look natural. So break down your script, given circumstances, first impressions, character relationships. Break down your script. Now let's go to unit. What is a unit in the script? A unit is an event that takes place in the script, something new that takes place in the script that affects, I'm just giving it to you in a simple form. Something new that takes place in the script or that happens in the script that affects all characters. So a unit can be new information in the script, an information that affects all characters. That is your unit. Some new information happening in the script that is your unit. So when you're able to break down the units that you have, you know that in scene 26, there's a new unit. So scene 26 is unit 1. Scene 27 is unit 2. Scene 28, you have unit 3. Or scene 29, you have no unit. It goes to scene 30, you have unit 4. Something new that happens in the script. New information that affects all characters. I can give you an example in text, in a text. I can give you an example in a screenplay or in a text. Let me give you an example verbally. So let's create a scene right now. I am Amma and I'm with Kofi. Kofi is a character. Amma is a character. So now, Amma and Kofi are driving and Amma and Kofi are driving. When they get to the stop sign, the car breaks down. Amma and Kofi are driving. When they get to a stop sign, the car breaks down. Kofi, let's end there. Let's end here. Now let's go to beat. I'll bring you back to our unit story. Let's go to beat. A beat is a scene or something that happens in the script that relates to. A beat is something that happens in the script. A beat is something that happens in a scene relating to you, the character, to your character alone. And it can be an internal reaction or an external reaction. That is your beat. Something that makes your character give an internal reaction or an external reaction. I'm just trying to explain it in the simple best of knowledge or best of understanding. So now let me go back to our unit story. Our story with Kofi and Amma. Let me identify the beat in this. When the car breaks down, they get to the stop sign and the car breaks down. Kofi reaches for Amma's hand and kisses it. Now, when Amma is not comfortable, Amma internally says, that is Amma's beat. Amma could say, stop it. That's an external reaction, right? So something that happens to your character that makes you react internally or externally. That is your beat. Now let's get to unit. Let's identify unit here. The car breaks down, the car comes to a stop. 2 minutes later, we see a trailer coming head on with a full beam. That is a unit. Something new is happening. That is going to affect all the characters, going to affect Kofi and Amma in the script, in the story. That is a unit. Something new happening. Now, Kofi reaching Amma's hand and kissing it, we know that. We saw Amma's reaction, whether internally or externally. We did not know that a trailer is going to come straight on the top speed with a full beam coming straight at them. That is a new information. That is your unit. That is a new information we're seeing. I hope I have explained to your best understanding. I'm not confusing you. So don't worry, we still have a lot to talk about. So there's definitely going to be a part 2 for this one. There's going to be a part 2 for how to break down the script. Now let's go on to objective. We're going to end on objective so that we can come back on the part 2. Because this is interesting, because I am like revising everything I have learned and it's helping me. Now I want to read a whole lot of script and break all of them down. So let's go on to objective. What is your character objective? Maybe we may not end at objective. We may have to add something to it, but let's see how it goes. Yes. What is your character objective? Now, under objective, you have your scenic objective and you have your super objective. Let's take your super objective. What does your character stand to gain in the entire story, in the entire script? What is your character's objective in the entire story? What does your character stand to gain? Super objective. Stand to gain in the entire story. That is your super objective. Now you have your scenic objective. Scenic. C-E-N-I-C. Scenic objective. What in a particular scene, let's say scene 26. Today I'm on the number 26. Wow. I don't know why the number 26 keep coming up for me. Scene 26. In scene 26, what does your character stand to gain? What is your character's objective in scene 26? Now let's go back to Kofi and Amma. Kofi reaches Amma's hand and kisses it. What do you think Kofi's objective is? What is Kofi trying to do? What is Kofi trying to achieve? That in that particular scene, that is Kofi's scenic objective. What is Kofi's scenic objective? What is he trying to achieve in that particular scene? That is a scenic objective. Then you have your super objective. What are you trying to achieve in your character trying to achieve in the entire script? What is your character's objective, main objective, super objective in the entire script? This has been a lot. Let's do a part 2 of this. We still have more to talk about. We still have actions. We still have the protagonist. We still have antagonists, the theme, the genre, the stakes. We still have a lot to decode. So let's do a part 2 of this. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below. Definitely want to hear from you. Please let me hear from you. Very important. Let's do a part 2 of this and learn. Let's take lessons together. My Instagram platform, please. It's Helen Asante. Please follow me on my Instagram and send me messages there as well. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Today, I don't know what's happening. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that with God, all things are possible. I should have a quotation or a scripture to leave with you today, but hey, remember that with God, all things are possible. All right. Watch out for part 2. See you. Bye.